It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills again, and now someone new is being accused of leaking stories. Not selling stories, but leaking stories in exchange for one thing: negative press for two other housewives, former housewives, that she's not necessarily in cahoots with anymore. Now, we've heard on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills numerous times people have been accused of selling stories to Daily Mail, Radar Online. We've seen it on the reunions. It's just something that's out there. And they've always said, I'm not selling stories. That's probably something you can't do. And it's part of your contract, I'm sure. You can't just go out there and leak information that is, you know, going to affect the show or some of the other castmates. You can't just put that out there. But then again, when I think about it, I'm like, somebody leaked the Strippergate Bolo story on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. They all thought it was Kenya Moore. And then Kenya Moore said, listen, unless it was TMZ or B. Scott, it wasn't me leaking the story, which kind of made us allude to the fact that maybe she's done it before. So it makes you just wonder. But anyways, getting back to Kyle Richards, they're saying that she's leaking these stories in exchange for negative press and that she is in cahoots with a lot of stan accounts on Instagram, social media in general. And there's some sort of deal here. Now, Kyle Richards is completely shutting down the claims, but Bravo Snarkside was the one who gave it to us. Let's talk about it. They're saying that, well, this anonymous source is saying that Kyle Richards gives exclusives, and she's also giving filming rumors to two sources in exchange for posting negative content about Bethany Frankel and one of our favorite OGs from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They said that they would let us try to guess who it was, but instead they're just going to give us all the information. So stop dancing around it and beating around the bush. Give us the information. Here we go. They also said Kyle, takes it to another level with the stan accounts on IG as well, and that Andy thinks that she's one of the most popular OG housewives because she puts in the time to, filter through and get this positive feedback from the fans. Now, this is a rumor that I don't necessarily believe is true, but they're also saying Kyle and Bethany had a falling out because Bethany was originally Andy Cohen's favorite OG, and Kyle wanted to make her way to the top. Now, if this is true, this just seems like a whole new level of petty, but I don't know if I'm buying it. And remember, Kyle Richards did shut these rumors down, but it didn't stop them from leaking out there. They said that Kyle wants to be the OG in Andy's eyes, and in order to do so, they need to get she needs to get Bethany Frankel out of the way. Now, of course, Kyle Richards was saying there's absolutely no truth to any of this, but it just makes you wonder. It was posted by All About the Real Housewives, and Kyle was, out there and she was defending herself, but what stories could she possibly leak? My biggest question is, I haven't heard any really negative stories about Bethany Frankel or the other OG. I've heard certain, things behind the scenes, but I just haven't heard anything that's like, I'm going to damage your career or really negative publicity. Unless I'm missing something, and that's a question that I have for you guys. Have there been negative stories out there that you know about that you can share that, I'm missing here? Or is this person just reaching, trying to get attention, posting anonymously and hoping that they can start stirring up the pot when it comes to Kyle Richards? Mind you, Kyle Richards is still very much so a public figure. So sometimes when you have these public figures, you have fans out there who just want to be heard. And in order to do so, they'll post positive content, negative content. They just want somebody to pick it up because they want to feel like they're a part of the narrative. It's really kind of a shitty thing if you break it down, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen because it happens every day. All over the Real Housewives board, we've heard things, from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to Real Housewives of New York. Right now, we're currently hearing a rumor that Ramona Singer from the Real Housewives of New York is having production push back the reunion because of the simple fact that she doesn't want to talk about race or politics at the reunion. And that's still a rumor. We haven't heard this confirmed. And Ramona never said this to us. So we can speculate, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily true. And if it is true, we've already heard that production has shut that down and they're like, no way, absolutely, we will be talking about these important topics, these hard-hitting topics, because at the end of the day, that's a big part of this season of the show. So even if you're uncomfortable, sorry, Ramona, you have to talk about it. And I want to say this too. I had some comments on my channel where people were like, Adam, I see where you stand. You're showing your true colors. I tried to defend you. First of all, no. And second of all, no. You're not defending me if you're telling me you know where I stand when obviously you 100% absolutely do not. I feel like these are some very important topics, whether it's politics, race, what's going on in the world, COVID. These are things that we have to have, you know, as a part of the conversations, because even though they make us feel uncomfortable, that's how we're going to experience growth. They also told me, this person, you know, I saw that you supported Stassi. No, I did not. I didn't support Stassi in everything that she did by saying Nazi chic and, you know, being a part of this whole calling the cops on Faith Stowers. I never supported that, and I wouldn't support that. One thing that I said was, it's unfortunate that she, you know, exhibited this sort of behavior, because before we knew this about her, we thought there were a lot of fans who thought that Stassi was great for reality TV. Of course, now knowing what we know, that's the part that you have to take ownership in. You said ignorant things, you posted ignorant things, you did an ignorant act that could have been extremely harmful to this one particular individual. So with you doing that, every action has a reaction and it has consequences. So by you exhibiting this behavior, you lost your job and your platform. And I completely stand behind the network for doing that. It's how this works. You have to take accountability. And at the end of the day, that's exactly what happened. They kicked her off the show. They kicked her off her podcast tour. All of her brand ambassador programs, they, you know, canceled her. And I wasn't here saying, no, Stassi needs a platform. No, I did not say that. So don't put words into my mouth. Let's keep it moving. With that, guys, I want to know what you think about these stories that are being put out there. And do you find Kyle Richards to be guilty of, you know, leaking certain information regarding filming and, you know, giving up some goods in order to have these outlets put out negative information about a few of our favorite OGs? Are you buying it, or are you believing Kyle when she said, absolutely not, there's no truth to any of this? I kind of don't feel like there's any truth to it, but at the end of the day, I'm not here to just give you my opinion. I want to hear yours as well. Speaking of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I've said it already, and I'm going to continue to say it because you guys only have 4 or 5 days left to pick up your Who's Hunky Dory merch. We're putting out sweaters, tank tops, t-shirts, racerbacks for women. It's all over the board, but it's in my community tab, and the link for that will be in the description of this video below. On top of that, YouTube just released an amazing new feature where if you want to support your favorite channels, not just mine, but whoever else is out there, that's some of your favorite content creators, there's a new feature. Instead of super chat and super sticker, it's called super thanks. So you don't necessarily have to be live. You're more than welcome to just click right next to the thumbs up or thumbs down. You see this little heart with a money sign, and it's a super thanks where your comment will be under the video and featured more likely than other comments because you're donating to the channel. So if you guys want to support any of your favorite channels, go ahead and do so by doing some super things. With that, guys, I've asked you all the hard questions to which I need the answers. So if you haven't already, do those comments, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.